All right. What's up, Bablo?
What's going on, man?
It's our first podcast. What
It is.
the fuck are we going to talk about?
I have no idea. That's that's why we're here.
My name's Lando. I'm a marketing guy. This is my buddy Bablo. He's a designer, artist.
How's it going?
Had a magazine called Steez Magazine for years. I got kicked out of a few of their parties.
So did I.
So we're starting a podcast. A couple dudes from New England. We're here at Andy's Design Studio, Beverly, Mass.
Yeah. Well, it's not called Andy's Design Studio,
What's it called?
but it's called Steez Design.
All right, we're keeping the
shameless
Steez going.
plug.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Those are okay. I'm not going to plug where I work yet. Maybe they'll become a sponsor.
Yeah, when they start paying money, we can
Right.
plug.
Then we can plug them.
Absolutely. And by the way, I can't pay any money either. So
Well, that's fine.
I know it was a
Yeah.
shameless plug. So.
I've heard there's money in podcasting, so here we are.
Here we are. So what do we talk about?
I don't know. Let's talk about our backyard. We're here in New England. It's about it's getting cold. It's been gray and shitty all week. It's going to snow for the first time. Coming up on Thanksgiving, Halloween.
Yeah, that's depressing, to be honest. It's going to be November, and it's already snowing.
We used to like skiing and snowboarding and get excited for it, and now we're old. So
Well, I mean, I still like it. It's just, I don't want it,
the
when
transition's tougher.
Yeah, when it's dark at 4 o'clock, and, my feeling is, hey, if it's going to be cold, it might as well snow.
Yeah.
And when it's like 34 degrees and raining, that's like the biggest insult of all time, because it's
Right.
like, it might as well just freaking be
It's a giant
snowing.
tease.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they could be out, snowboarding. But
Right.
this time of year sucks. We're just
Yeah, we
waiting
get
till
the
do
shitty
that.
fall, the shitty spring. You live here in fucking Beverly, right next to Salem. What's the shit show usually like over here?
Well, it's here already.
Despite the 15 signs I passed, it said all
that said
October
Salem is
events.
canceled.
Yeah, Salem's canceled.
Salem
for sure.
is canceled. The whole city is canceled.
What
by
did
the
they
way.
what they do to get canceled?
Pretty much everything wrong, but they still wanted everyone to come.
Should we
and-
blame Hubby Halloween on Salem getting
Yeah,
canceled?
however you say it. I mean, Hubie, Hubby,
Sorry.
whatever it is. I don't think that was going to help at all. And the funny thing about that movie is, I just watched it last night. There's like 2 scenes that are even filmed in Salem. The
Right.
whole movie is filmed in Marblehead.
Right.
So all these people,
if you're not from around here, Marblehead is quite the opposite of Salem.
yeah, exactly. And I think what's funny to me too is like there's a scene with like they're out at the drive-in movie theater, and I'm like, dude, there is no empty land in Salem big enough to even have a drive-in movie theater. And then they're like driving through the woods, and I'm like, that's not even Salem, New Hampshire has too many people
Yeah.
to have that kind of woods
Yeah.
and like fields and shit. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, people are gonna have this romantic vision of what Salem is. They're gonna get out here.
I think they already have.
Yeah, exactly. they get out here and they're like, what? This is the witch museum? What? This is the wax museum? What is this?
Yeah.
Like, none of this was in the movie. And by the way, Marblehead's not that romantic either. So, oh well. Sorry, Marblehead. Sorry, Salem.
It's okay.
Yeah. So anyway, there's 1 million people, and
Which, yeah, just like any other year.
yeah, and nothing really changed. And they said they didn't want it. I don't know if they actually did or didn't, because tourist
They
dollars
said they
are nice.
didn't want it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now Salem is canceled. Thanks, you guys ruined it. But it was supposed to be a big one. It's a full moon. It's 2020.
Oh, full moon on
It's
Saturday?
a Saturday night,
I didn't even know that.
and it's Halloween.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be huge. I mean, people have booked hotels years out.
Right.
So,
Full moon this Halloween, huh?
absolutely. Well,
No
that's
way.
what they told me. I don't know. I don't look at the charts, but
Maybe we're right. Maybe we're wrong. Google it. Just Google it.
it's supposed to be. That's all I know. Yeah, I'll Google it in a
Yeah,
minute.
we
We'll
do
see.
have computers here.
We do have that technology. But, so this was going to bring a lot of people into Salem, and unfortunately for them, yeah, they just can't. But they still came anyway. And, I don't know. It's not the place to be, I don't think, at the moment. And
Yeah,
they're still-
partially maybe the reason that Massachusetts is now fucking
yeah,
popping
exactly.
off with COVID.
Exactly. So, Don't come to Salem.
Full moon. What do we got?
It's canceled.
What's Google saying?
It shows a full moon. This one has like a bat flying in front of it. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's
Google
a
image search. Yeah. What about the date?
Full moon.
October
is going to be coming. I know that. That's
There's one a month.
That's one thing I know.
You can rely on that one.
It is October 31st. So
that's, spooky shit.
Saturday, yeah, it's a 10. I don't know, 10. What does that mean? Yeah.
So that's a good sign. 2020. It's been a pretty normal year so far. Everything's been pretty by the book.
I would lock yourself in your house on Saturday because a full moon on
Halloween. That's 4 days before the election. I mean, it should be pretty normal.
It's probably the scariest thing I've heard. If you're planning on if you're scared at all, just stay at home. Don't even go out that day for like 2 days. So I'm freaked out already.
That should be a pretty good week, I think. Seeing how the year has gone, I've got a good feeling about it.
Yeah, yeah, just like the election, I have a great feeling about that. Everyone's like, well, I don't think it's going to be a hard winter. I'm like, dude, it's freaking 2020. Have you seen all the other crap that's going on?
Yeah,
we're bound to get like 14 feet of snow in like one weekend.
Oh,
that's how it has to. There's no other way it can go at this point. So we're totally screwed.
Yeah. If you think the next 20 years is going to be a thing like the last 20 years, you're fucking...
No.
Yeah.
No. We're totally screwed.
It's going to be interesting. But here we are. We're fucking sitting in front of microphones and computers, and it's totally normal. So.
We're surviving, yeah.
This is the world now.
No guests today. You know what's great is because of all this.
No guests.
I don't have to talk to people that much anymore, which is awesome.
We do want to have guests in the future, though.
Yeah. It's just
show one.
Yeah.
We're figuring out what to do right before we record.
Exactly. I think that Do we want to have guests?
I probably have guests. We know some pretty...
We should have guests.
Well, we shouldn't get their egos too high.
No.
Yeah. We know people.
No, we shouldn't tell them it's like an honor either. We'd be like, yeah, we're going to have you on. I'm really sorry. But you have to do it.
Right. It could just be us listening, so...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't want to get them too excited. So... No, it'll be exciting. It will be fun to talk to people because it's been a year of not really being able to talk to people.
This is a good excuse to talk to people.
Exactly.
Right. Smart.
And you know what I like about this year? It's like you run the risk that you may get an infectious virus that might kill you. So it could be kind of fun to have people in person because it's like,
it's riskier.
It's way riskier, and that makes it like a lot more fun
from seeing people.
Yeah,
it's half the fun, right?
Yeah, when you take that risk out of it, it's like, who gives a shit? Right. It's like any other thing, So, yeah, I'm excited by the fact.
It's like extreme socializing.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, so
that is good.
But the nice thing now is like you just get to wave to people when you see them outside. It's normal that you totally blow people off.
See you later. Yeah.
It's like, I'm not coming to your wedding, dude, because
no more like shaking clammy hands.
I might get a virus. Yeah. Exactly. And
awkward hugs are out the door.
Completely acceptable.
Yeah, no, it's actually for us it's been great.
It has been nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, look, I hate people. And this is perfect. So
hopefully you caught that burp. We're drinking some beers here.
Mm-hmm.
What are you drinking on?
I am drinking Barnstable Brewing. Cape Crusher.
From down to Cape, huh?
Down in the Cape. Is that how they sound down there?
Speak
I don't
Jamaican
know.
Down there.
Yeah, they're Scottish down there. It's ironically it's brewed in Hyannis. I don't know how the hell you say it.
Hyannis.
Yeah,
you gotta write
Hyannis.
the
Hyannis.
Hyannis is not.
That's
Barnstable Brewing must be new on the scene. They call it Cape Cod too. They're getting very creative with their branding. Good for them.
Cape Crusher.
Cape Crusher. Sorry.
It's tasty. I mean, I've never had it before.
Yeah.
But
pick that up. Where'd you pick that? The One Stop?
No, I got it down in the Cape, dude. I drive all the way down there and get these. Yeah.
I'm a Barnstable Brewing guy.
Yeah. Well, no, I did go down to the Cape actually a couple weekends ago. I know you're not supposed to go anywhere, but I stayed.
I think you're in the States.
I stayed in the state,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
So, I went down to the Cape and
off season, smart.
Yeah, it was off season. It was still a
very
rip
smart.
Off.
Absolutely. It was warm a couple weeks ago, right?
It was. It wasn't well, and then it rained that day.
Oh,
and
perfect.
The first day I got down there, but there was nobody there. I mean, off season's the
it's
way
October
to do
on the Cape.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I lived there for 7 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't that far in. I was actually in.
The depression hits right around this time of year. It's really
yes. Well, you know what though? You know what's funny is like because I was in Hyannis, I didn't feel like I was on the Cape at all.
Yeah.
It just
Right,
was
it's like the fucking,
it's so big. It's
the
like
shop. That's where the mall
yeah,
is on
there's
the
all
Cape.
these malls and
Yeah.
like strip malls and all this
Yeah.
crap, big box and all this stuff. And I'm not hating on it,
Yeah.
but it just didn't feel like the Cape. And I was to the point where I was like, well, if I'm gonna like go to the Cape,
Right.
I'm gonna go up on the upper arm or whatever the hell they call it. I don't know what they call it.
That's the Cape.
Is that what that's
There
the
you go,
Cape to me?
the
Like
Cape.
sand dunes and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's a real Cape, unlike this fake Cape.
that's the Cape. Yeah, this is. I felt like I was on the South Shore or
Right.
the North Shore. I'm like, it's not the Cape. So I'm sorry, Hyannis. I know
They're not going to
JFK's
take it. Yeah, they know.
They're not.
They're well aware.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah,
So they
well
have.
aware.
Yeah, they have modern conveniences there. There's no
That's where
problem.
everyone goes where it fucking rains. on the Cape.
Exactly, and you still have cell phone service. So
Yeah.
to me, it wasn't.
It's
really
getting better down there.
the Cape, but it was. We went out. We ate some food and at a restaurant, and it was
Ooh.
like.
Crazy.
I know, it was risky.
Extreme
it was outside.
restaurant,
It was
yeah.
risky. Again, what fun is food if there's no risk
Right,
involved?
right.
It's just food poisoning. That's it. That's the only thing you have to worry about, which big deal.
And you hit up Barnesville Brewing.
And then, I got this at the liquor
Fucking
store.
staple. Oh,
And-
sorry, a liquor store.
Yeah, a packy.
The Packy.
The Packy.
Ah, yes.
And
What is a Packy?
It was pretty tasty. Well, the Packy, this is
We
my...
were just talking before we started recording about weird things people say in New England. The Packy came to the top of mind.
It's a packaged liquor
Right.
store.
If you're from around here, you've obviously heard of the Packy. If you're not from here, you have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
I can't even say some of the stuff that's on that I just looked up. But anyway,
Right. Yeah.
Package
Packy ranges.
no, never mind that one.
Check out that Packy, the
new
liquor
subject.
store.
So anyway, no, I think what it was back in the day the British,
The Puritans.
the Puritans,
British.
right, yeah, the
Were they all-
Quakers.
I don't know.
The
We don't
Shakers.
know.
What the
Yeah.
hell are they? But they
Let us know on
they didn't want to see that you were buying booze.
Right. So you put it in
So they put it in a package, and I don't know if it's
an
like
old timey package, not
like,
not a new type.
yeah,
package.
no. It's like, did they tape it up? Like they couldn't have had tape back then, right?
Twine, I believe.
Twine, yeah, that's a good idea actually. So they made it look like a little gift. You went in, you bought.
I mean, I think, yeah.
spirits, your booze, your hooch,
Yeah.
and then you snuck it out in the package,
Yeah.
and now it's the Packy.
You did that Yucca fountain project last year.
Yeah,
Was that like Prohibition times?
that was 1950s.
Okay.
So-
way after Prohibition. Well,
Yeah,
Ish.
and we drank. So. No, we basically, we recreated a 1950s diner
Yeah.
inside of a gallery,
Yeah.
but it was also outside because we brought in 9 tons of gravel.
Whoa.
We brought in a camper,
Yeah.
and we put it in one side. So you walked into this giant gallery, and it felt like you were outside of a diner because then we had a diner in there with a whole facade.
In
and
1950.
yes, and
Yeah.
it served. It served like 40 people,
Yeah.
and we actually served food out of it. So
Nice.
it's pretty wild, and it's still sitting out there in Colorado right now.
In the building still, or in
Well, we
pieces?
tore the whole thing down,
Yeah.
but we salvaged it all, and we're hoping to move it to a couple different museums
Yeah.
across the country in the next few years. Obviously, with this not being able to see people makes it a little
Right.
difficult, but it's all there. It's
Yeah.
ready
So
to go.
I mean, you basically flew to Colorado right when all this shit started, right? And
I was in Colorado when all this happened, and I was basically there. It was our closing for this show for Yucca Fountain, and
Yucca. Sorry.
yeah, it's what I mean. People always say tomato. I don't really know. I'm not from there, so I don't know what the hell.
It sounded better when you said Yucca.
It's a yucca. It sounds weird, but it's a plant.
It sounds
actually.
smarter. Yeah.
It's I think it's a succulent, if you will.
Nice.
But the opening, they were like, listen, like, there's this virus thing coming around, and
You're
people
like,
are
wait,
starting
what?
to get it. And it was, we had been joking about it for
Yeah.
a month. So then the night of the actual opening, I was out there like 3 days before. I had all these people flying out from New England,
Right.
for the closing. Excuse me.
I was flying around right around then too. It's like
Yeah.
no one knew it was coming. We were laughing. We are like, oh well, yeah. See you next week. Like no.
I had no idea. So then the night of the closing, they were like, "Listen, you can only have 250 people come."
Yeah.
That was our
All of a sudden
limit
limited,
for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the opening we had like almost 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So they were like, "You can't have more than 250 people." Well,
What was the date on that? Like
this was March. I want to say 13th or 14th or 19th.
the day before Tom Hanks got it or something.
Yeah. It was like the week of Armageddon, basically.
Yeah.
And so that night they were like, we had people come, and then like they were already starting. There were rumors of things shutting down. I was like, this is crazy talk. And then we had the closing, and people came, but there was already people that were like, this is a big university.
Yeah.
So there's like, I don't know, 15, 20,000 students. So they were starting to like clear out and go all over the world and the country and head out, a few of them. And then they shut it down, like literally shut down school the next day, I think.
Whoa.
And they were like, oh, okay, you can break this thing down. We're supposed to break it down on the weekend. I had all these people out again.
Yeah.
So we kind of hung out. We did a hike. We partied. We drank. We were having fun.
The last hurrah.
And then like 2 days go by, and they're like, hey, we think you guys should get a jump start on this and get this thing like cleaned up. So we still had more partying. Yeah. We wanted to party some more, and they're like, no, you should probably, start breaking this down. So we did, and then by the time Monday rolled around the following week, all of our people flew home.
Yeah.
We were still there, and then they were
that was like the last day to get out before shit started
pretty
getting canceled.
much.
Yeah.
And they, at that point, had canceled school.
Right.
And then Monday, every day they kept saying, well, you only have a week, and then it gets shorter and shorter. And then come Monday, they were like, oh, by the way, this was like Monday at 5 o'clock. They're like, by the way, Tuesday at 6, that's it. You're out of here.
Jesus.
Like,
one
so
day to get out.
To get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And finish up. And we're like, we're nowhere near.
And granted, as you explained, not your typical art exhibit. Like, not taking some shit off the wall, fucking repainting. Like,
this is a whole restaurant.
A trailer, dirt, gravel.
Yeah, 9 tons of gravel. So we had to do everything we could. We had one day, we had to find a storage unit for the trailer. We had to shovel all the dirt. We had to break down the whole building. We had, basically demolish it as quick as we could. And then they said, once you walk out of here at 6 o'clock, that's it. You can't ever come back in here.
Whoa.
So people, professors are literally wheeling out like desk chairs full of filing cabinets and everything out into the parking lot. It looked like everyone got fired and they were taking everything and just loading up their car.
Jesus.
So they cleared out the whole thing.
That's how I left work too.
Well,
my computer monitor.
We've all been there, right? So I've been there. I had practice at that. But I didn't have a plane ticket back, so we bought a plane ticket. And they were like, look, we don't want to be responsible for you guys being stuck here. We still had another week and a half on our Airbnb. Whoa. We were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So we bought plane tickets for like the following night, and we walked out of there at 6 on Tuesday. And we flew out the following night, like 5 or 6 o'clock, and that was it. And I got on the plane. It was probably half full, and I flew back to Mass. And before I flew, my girlfriend was like, "Hey," she's like, "toilet paper is really hard to get.
Yeah.
Can you take as much as you can from the Airbnb?" So like half my bag was stuffed with friggin' toilet paper to bring back here.
That was a pro move.
That was it. So I made it back. I'm alive.
I was out in Colorado like the week before that at a ski test and was taking my last run, and I felt like for some reason it's gonna be the last run of the season. Just like weird inkling I don't know if I'm skiing again. Got on the plane, a few people are starting to wear masks at that point. It's getting weirder. Get to the Denver airport, a lot more people are wearing masks. Flight attendants are being a little, more spread out than they used to be. It was fucking weird. And since then I haven't been anywhere. Used to fucking do 100 nights a year in Hilton hotels, and just done.
And here you are. This is your big trip coming down to Beverly.
Down an hour to Beverly.
What a year. What a year.
Yep. All right, so Yeah, we'll tell stories on this podcast. We got a lot of fucking pretty
Absolutely.
hilarious stories.
Yeah.
One I was thinking of the other day was like the time you had to fire me out of one of our nor'easter parties. So a big thing that happens around here every year is the Boston Ski Expo. It's like the official kickoff to the season in Boston. People come in, like people that make way more money than probably most of the people listening come in and try to buy the cheapest gear possible. It's awesome. They're coming on their finance job.
Hey, there's a couple rich people in our demographic. We never know. Somebody's making money out there.
Some of our dirtbag friends have
Somebody got
money
lucky.
now.
I'm sure one of you got lucky and is making real money out
Someone
there.
heard one of our ideas and was like, oh shit, those guys are doing shit with
they're
that.
idiots, but this is one good idea.
Yeah. Hopefully you're listening to this podcast thinking, wow,
I wanna
finally
sponsor
those
that.
guys did something smart.
Yeah. Let's throw some money at it.
Eventually we'll have Mike Block selling ads for us.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely.
That was Mike Block, first shout out on the podcast.
We're probably
How stoked is he going to be?
We're probably gonna have to bleep his name out so he doesn't lose his job.
He works for a nondescript media
He
empire.
doesn't work for a large radio station. We'll say that.
Definitely not a large one.
Actually, that woman in the news anchor in Hubie Halloween, she got fired.
Yeah.
I thought it
playing
was
a news
because she
anchor.
was wearing like these booty shorts.
The
that
Harley
were-
Quinn outfit.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, very offended.
Careful
by
what you do these days.
it. Yeah, did you have to sign an NDA to do this?
I very much avoiding what I do, sort of.
You're probably gonna
My
lose-
name's Brandland. Google it.
Yeah, You're probably gonna lose your job next week. I'm sorry.
Oh, who knows?
That
Hopefully not.
would be more post
knock
production
on,
quality. So
Particle board.
that's good.
Yeah.
I could use another beer. Do you want a
This
beer?
looks like real wood. Yeah, I'll take a beer.
This is real wood, by
Yeah,
the way.
nice. You can knock on this.
Only the best.
Don't knock over the very expensive equipment.
Any preference?
Yeah, it surprised me. Beer roulette.
Okay.
First beer roulette on the podcast here. Andy's walking to the fridge. We're going to do a play-by-play. He's opening it up, bending over, let over a little bit of an old man grunt. He's checking it out, looking at the options, bringing me the beer that I brought, which is going to be a very big surprise for me.
Well, you're getting the beer you brought. So.
Right. So I'll ask...
Big
Oh, wow, Ricky Weiss.
Big
Nice,
surprise.
nice. Surprise.
He got the
I was
beer
in the
he
mood.
brought.
I was in the mood for a sour beer anyways. Shout out Night Shift. So we live here in New England, as we mentioned, maybe one or two times. Beer is getting fucking super popular here. You're making a nice little living off the beers.
Little, yes.
Keyword.
Somebody is.
Little.
Little. But yes, I am.
It's going off over here. The beer scene is sweet.
This is my display of
Yeah.
can labels.
If you're watching the video, there's some can labels here. If not, we'll describe them. They're beer cans with labels on them.
Yeah.
They look like craft brewery cans.
I've done more, but this is all I could fit on the shelf.
The ectoplasm one, that's sick.
Yeah, well, I didn't do that whole one. I did the word for it. I did the type on that one. So
font treatment.
I can't take all the credit. So
Well, it's good.
But yeah,
You
this
did
is
something.
good.
At least I didn't call it one that you did absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
for.
well, I mean, pretty much. Yes. A few of these I actually hired illustrators to do, and I just took all the friggin' credit. Is that what a
it's called
design?
farming out work?
That's what a design
Mhm.
company does.
Mhm.
Any brand, and the better the brand, the less work you actually
trade
do.
secrets.
Exactly. Yeah, you just find really good people to do it for money. You can pay people to do anything.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Everything.
So everything, anything.
So before the show, Andy had some pretty funny New England phrases popped up. We're going to go over one or two of those a week until it gets really boring and you hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to DM either of us if you hate any of this or you like it. Or just say anything. Just DM us. Slide on in.
You could write us a letter too.
Poems, haikus. We'd be open to reading haikus on the program.
Especially mail. I mean, real mail.
Oh, send mail. Is there a mailing address that we can disclose?
Not this one. Actually, no. I can't.
Don't come to our.
I can't
seedy
get mail
underwear.
here. I even said to the mailman, I go, somebody sent me a check, and they're sending it to my office. And he goes, what's your address? And I told him, and he goes, oh no, we can't send mail to that address.
Where the
like
fuck-
he knew it.
Where are we then?
He knew the address. He was like, no, you can't do that. You can't mail to that. He goes, that's flagged. We don't recognize that address. That's what he said to me.
I felt safe where I was, now I feel
Yeah,
slightly
I'm like-
more unsafe.
I'm like, what do you mean, dude? This is like a legit address. I think it sounds cool. But, yeah, so I can't actually get mail here.
Right. So, figure out how to get us mail, and we'll read it.
Yeah, well, we have email.
Email. Electronic mail.
Yeah.
That's what you meant when you said mail.
No, we
I
can
was
get
looking
real
forward to
mail.
letters. Yeah.
They'll send it to the tattoo shop upstairs. Actually.
Okay,
So
perfect.
They'll give it to them.
Yeah.
Then they'll give it to me. Like one time they gave me taxes, late taxes.
Yeah.
And then I got like a fine because they said that I'd had it for like 4 months. So I was pissed, and I'm like, I can't get mail here. Don't you know? They don't recognize.
I'd actually prefer not to get some of my mail.
I would have loved to not get that, and then I wouldn't just pay it. But
I don't know how I would have felt about the tax thing, but
no, the tax thing sucked.
yeah.
You know what? The worst thing that people say in New England. This really I hate this thing.
Grinds my gears.
No, it's just wicked. Like what the. Like what?
I like Wicked.
I hate it. Are you kidding me? God damn
Andy's Bablo is from New York. I'm from a suburb that I won't disclose outside Boston.
Can you talk about anything in your life?
People will just fucking hate on me. I'm not a rich kid, but I'm from Sudbury.
Oh, well, that is a rich. You know, it
Yeah,
started
well,
out.
see, that's why I didn't want to disclose it.
No, you can't talk
Yeah,
about
right.
that.
Now I live in another.
You better bleep
place
that out too.
Started out
Yeah.
Just don't worry about where I live.
Jeez, man, oh man, no wonder why he bought all the.
I have the
microphone
small.
equipment.
The new house I bought is the smallest house in the town I'm in. Modest.
Did they say
Started
that on
small.
it? They said that on the
It's
taxes.
an assumption.
Smallest house in our town.
It's got to be.
That's
I'm proud of
okay.
it though. Proud every square foot.
That's all right.
980 square feet. Proud every square foot.
Listen. As long as the value is going
It's
up,
smaller than where we are right now, but it has gone up.
gentrification is doing you well out there.
No, I didn't even need to be gentrified.
Yeah, well,
No, not a claim. Whatever.
welcome to gentrification.
It's gentrified around here.
This town. So, but anyway, let's. You know,
We were gonna call our podcast "Gentrify the Internet," and then 2020 happened. So
it's just.
yeah, we're gonna skip that one.
And then we'll probably get kicked out of this office next week. At this point,
For what?
I mean, well, yeah, any number of things. What exactly? Money, mainly.
Oh,
No.
money. Yes.
My landlord told me. He told me one
Again,
day-
our affluent listeners, please just Venmo us.
Yeah, all three of you that are making real money. Now, he told me one day, this was probably even a year and a half ago, and he was like, oh yeah, he goes, that big company, I can't say it, but he's like, yeah, they came to me the other day, and they offered me like $2 million for the building. And I'm like, really, dude? And he's like,
You didn't take it?
well, no, he goes, this will be the last thing I'll sell. I mean, which was cool,
Integrity.
but
Good old New England
he
integrity.
bought this building, I think he told me, for like $70,000
Whoa.
back in 1970.
Whoa.
And yeah, and so he
That's
was
worth-
just like, nah, I don't need it. He's like, that's it.
200 million? Was that the number? that
His
somebody
office
threw out?
is upstairs.
Oh,
No, it was
okay.
like $2 million
That's
or
good for
something.
you.
I'm sure now it's like
2 million,
4 million.
200. I mean, yeah.
So I'm like, well, luckily we're still here because he didn't want to sell. But they'll plow this thing under and make like a 10-story
Luxury
condo.
condominiums.
Luxury condos with all stainless steel appliances.
Beverly's hot.
It's hot right now. The ocean.
Everyone's fucking moving out of Boston to more populated areas because they think it's safer, but really, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Just as populated.
yes. And you know, we have even more homeless than we had before.
Huh.
Because they've all, I don't know what.
I'm not going
happened.
to touch that one.
No, I don't. Well, I'm not. I'm just saying it's funny that it kind of all came together. Was like we had all the like kind of yuppies move out of the city, come up here
Yeah,
and like
everyone followed.
buy up these condos, and then we got like way more homeless. I've lived down here for 17 years.
Well, it's because the people that were living in those condos before got
yeah,
bulldozed
got pushed
got
out.
kicked
They're
out of their
like,
house.
dude, I have no house, but.
Yeah, it's gonna be us next year.
Like I had a bunch of money, but they have $200,000 in the bank, but it means nothing. They're
Right.
homeless.
Yeah, we're in Massachusetts.
You can't buy anything for $200,000. I know. It's like my family's like
Massachusetts, the shittier version of California.
Yeah,
it's more expensive.
Yeah, where $500,000 gets you like a salt box, you know. So
Yeah, less than a salt box.
yeah, unbelievable. What? Hey,
So Wicked pisses you off.
Wicked pisses me
It
off.
doesn't piss me off. So
It doesn't
much.
wicked piss me off, but
Wicked
it's
pissa though is a weird one.
it's just I mean,
It's
wicked,
not like wicked. I mean, if you're an old school Bostonian and you're saying wicked pissa, that's fine. If you're someone that's been born after 1980 and you're saying wicked pissa, you're probably a poser.
A dead giveaway that you're talking to a New Englander. Wicked is a general intensifier, often
Yeah.
followed by pissa to mean
But then it's not
superb.
often followed by pissa. So it's like,
Come on.
we chose to talk about New England subjects, but we're not going to get like, we're not going to fake all this New England BS for you.
The term emerged as a pseudo curse word during the Salem witch trials. So,
Local. It's a locals only term.
so yeah, a pseudo curse word. Apparently, I don't know.
Was the pseudo curse word even then?
Are people saying wicked? Do they?
I hear it every once in a while.
but it's not like
Every so often I will slip it in there, and then I feel a little sense of New England pride and get my little pat on the back.
When I first moved out here, people were saying it, and I was like, "Really, dude? Like, it's just
Really?"
And I swore, I was like, "I will never fucking say wicked."
I don't know if I've heard you say it.
I can't.
I think
I
you
really.
held your integrity there.
I try to avoid that. That's something. This though pisses me off even more than wicked. Frap.
Frap?
How
I
the
love
hell
fraps.
is that
Fucking
in New
love fraps.
England?
So
I don't see frap shops around here. Who the hell has
Brigham's,
a frap on
growing
the
up,
menu?
the
I've
best-
never friggin' seen
the best fraps. Have you even heard of Brigham's?
Yeah. My buddy is named after Brigham's.
So like his family owned it?
I guess. Yeah, he's like an heir or something.
That's pretty good.
Can
he make a
I should have named it.
Can he
but
make
now
a
you know
mean
his name.
frap?
Yeah, he wants nothing to do with it. So
Their fraps were fucking fire.
their ice cream is good. I know
Yeah,
that.
it's very good. The
Who
big
would have
dig.
thought? I eat ice cream. Yeah.
Ice cream big around here.
Yeah. Oh,
Ice cream stands everywhere.
It is good, but I just
And they
don't-
have fraps.
But I
which are
don't see
delicious.
frap stands.
Right, because that's not a New England thing.
No, and they're saying
You
this
just
is
get
a New England
get a frap at an ice cream stand or Brigham's,
thing.
which was like the suburban ice cream stands, mall ice cream stands.
It's a milkshake. It says
They used to have a lot of restaurants. They all closed. They still make the ice cream.
I don't know that one to me. I'm not buying it. You know what I mean?
What else is angering you today?
A lot of things. But I didn't really. My taxes are angering me. That's what's yeah.
Yeah, I came down here. You were working on your You said you're working on your taxes. It's October 29th
Mm-hmm.
or 8th.
It's
knows?
late October.
He said taxes. I thought, early start, and then I quickly thought to myself,
Late start.
no.
Very, very late start. Yes, I'm doing 2019 taxes.
Yes, an extension. to the
Deep
extension.
2020.
Yeah.
The extension to the extension, which just proves you can do anything you want.
Right, if
as
you put
long
your
as
mind
you
to it.
have money. So, which I don't, but the problem is I have to pay all this money now. So, yes, you can get an extension, and you can get an extension on the extension.
Right.
You just have to pay penalties.
Yeah, and you were saying they love people like you.
They love me.
Yeah, profit.
They're
Straight
like,
profit.
they're like, this guy gave us an
Didn't
extra
need to. Shouldn't have.
2 weeks. He gave us an extra 2 weeks on the extension. He paid another $200.
Shouldn't
So, so those are getting done. You
Yeah,
know?
it's the joys of small business ownership.
Absolutely. The worst.
If we get
friggin'
one
thing in the
sponsor
world.
dollar, then I can share your pain.
It makes me want to not own a business at times,
Yeah.
but then again, I don't think I can do the grind. I was never cut out, you know.
You just gotta find the right grind.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, this, some industries are different than others. We'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, you made a pretty sick pivot, though. Like, the magazine was running for years, which was always awesome, especially release parties that we both got kicked out of.
Oh, yeah.
Then, how'd that pivot go when you decided to end the magazine?
Honestly,
First off, like, what was the final straw in the mag?
it was you getting kicked out of the.
I don't know what was happening that night, but
No,
I think
there
I
was
like
actually
semi in charge of the party, like doing something, and then all of a sudden, I don't remember anything. So that part of the story, and then all of a sudden, Andy was firing me.
our last release party, and I've had to fire multiple people for pseudo fire.
That's the Boston,
that's-
like bouncers in Boston. They just want to feel more important.
exactly.
So they'll tell the
You
promoter to
gotta
fire someone.
that guy over
Because that's how it works.
an attitude or something. So our 35th release party,
Yep.
which was the last issue we put out. They tried to kick me out of the bar that we were having the release party at. And they're like, "Dude, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
And,
been here before.
Yeah, so they did kick me out, but anyway, I don't know where I was going with that story. Scary story, but it was at that point where it was time to kind of do my own thing. It was like, and it seems like running a magazine.
You were doing your own thing, but
you're doing your own thing, but you're actually always working on everybody else's thing.
Right.
You're always promoting everybody else and talking about everyone else, and it was it was time for me to kind of do my thing, instead of, and I don't mean to sound selfish like that, but it was just, I had worked so long, 9 years. We had all worked on this bigger project of kind of pushing all these other ideas and thoughts and all this other culture. And so it was a great time for us to go our own ways. We had all kind of realized that we had done far more than we ever had wanted to do.
Right. 35 issues.
35, and a quarterly, so it was 9 years.
Yeah.
And
I was looking through, I think 35 the other day, and there was a lot of work that went into those, man.
Yeah, we had a guest editor. I mean, we spent those, 3 months between each issue. I mean, we spent those nonstop working. You have to work with 40, 50 people on an issue. Yeah.
It's not like digital where you fucking hit save and publish it the next day.
So these things were running constantly. Yeah. And then you're doing 35 and you're also working on 36 and 37, so I even still had content for potential future issues. Yeah. But it was the transition in the end, it just felt so natural because this was something that I had always wanted to do. I was a designer anyway. Yeah. And so it was pretty easy. And
so what are you doing nowadays?
Good question.
There's a lot going on.
I haven't done anything in 5 years. No. So we've been hanging out, and I've mainly been doing branding and kind of like accent work, if you will, for commercial hospitality businesses. So we do the cool stuff for the hotel, for the
Hotel Austin. That place is sweet.
Yeah, for restaurants and bars and breweries and cafes, and so it's all about the everything from the branding to the signage to the murals to the tables and conversation pieces inside of that establishment. So that's the stuff we've been working on now. Yeah. And it's been fun. I mean, getting to, and these are, it's like you do a restaurant and you go in.
Well, it's kind of like what you were doing with the parties. I mean, that was like a totally different thing. It wasn't like just going into a venue and like hooking up a DJ and having a projector play in the background. Like the parties Bablo was putting together were sweet. What was the one that was at Good Life? What number was that?
That was 35.
That was 35.
Yeah, I think one of those. We had
the interior design was fucking awesome. I mean, they had wood crates with sponsor logos on them. Like they built a whole scene around the release party. It wasn't just like, throw up some vinyl banners.
No. Yeah, we literally did. We spent days basically redoing the bar to make it look like a whole different thing. Yeah. So, I'll never forget too. We put vinyl on the windows of the bar because our whole 35th thing was this denim theme.
Right. Yeah.
And so we made up this 35 denim company or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget. We were putting the vinyl on the outside window of the bar. And this guy walks by and he goes, "Oh, what's up? Did they close?" And just to be a dick, this typical New England asshole. I was like, "Yeah, they closed." And he goes, "Oh." He goes, "What's going to be now?" And I said, "Oh, it's a denim company." He goes, "Good. I never friggin' liked that place anyway." That's what he said to me. So I was like, wow, what an asshole. But then I was like, well, it's New England. And so I thought it was funny. And I'm like, should I tell the owner? And so I told him, and he was rolling, dude. He was dying about it. He's like, that's so typical of the neighborhood. He's been there forever. Right. And the guy's like, good, I never liked that
Boston,
place.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, just miserable. You thought it was a denim company, and then a day later we took all the vinyl off.
But now everyone's upset about it.
And it's back. It's back to a bar. So shout out to Good Life.
That place is sweet.
Peter
always cool.
Yeah, he always did well by us. So it was good. So now, hospitality.
Yeah, it's cool to do that and.
Oh, you do a restaurant. You go into a restaurant install at night, and they're like, "Hey, tap lines are open. Yeah, nice. It's whatever you need for food, whatever." Yeah, it's super chill. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, really. It just felt natural. So
it's cool.
So
and with everything going on here,
sure.
Restaurants. It's not like New England. You're not getting chain restaurants and all that. It's like,
No, and I
independently owned stuff. Yeah, is not super popular around here.
Not working with any of those. I prefer
not working for the man.
I don't work. Yeah, we don't do staples. Okay, sorry. They'll probably get sued for that too, but
Yeah, whatever. Staples, local company. Shout out.
Shout out.
Rags to riches.
I actually almost did a Staples project.
Really?
It didn't formulate.
Yeah.
No. I would like to get that Staples money, actually.
Just hit us up.
Shout out to Staples.
Hey, you guys made it. You made it.
That's right.
Office
That's right.
snacks? Don't see anywhere.
No. So this is another saying on here. Just because a cat has her
I was
kittens-
wondering what the cat was doing on your computer.
What the hell is this?
He's got I'm looking at his computer screen. He's got a little kitten with blue eyes pulled up.
I don't get this.
What's the saying?
I've never ever heard this. The saying is, just because a cat has her kittens in the oven, don't make them biscuits.
That's a New England term?
Apparently this
Bullshit.
is
Never heard of that.
it's an analogy heard throughout Vermont and Maine.
Oh, well, not going to claim
What happened to New
Vermonter
Hampshire?
or
They just
Mainer.
flew across them. They're like, nah, we don't.
New Hampshire's got
I like how
we
New
know
Hampshire is always
We know that.
villainized.
They've
by-
got its own vibe.
Yeah. Live free or die, damn it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't
Parts
know.
of Maine have that vibe, too. But
Yeah,
parts of
okay.
Maine have the Vermont vibe.
They say,
Well, it's Maine. Let's
up Maine. I'm going
Down
up
east.
Maine. They don't like tourist Maine. Anything south of 95 is tourist Maine.
Yep, that makes sense. Check
North Maine, that's real Maine.
the middle third.
Yeah, if you're
Shout out Rondola.
if you're tourist Maine, you might as well be Massachusetts.
Yeah.
They
Rondola will be a guest on this show. one day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting guest.
Yeah.
We know, that's the thing. We know enough characters
Right.
that
Don't get used to just us talking because we're
No.
gonna bring in some of the fucking dirtbags that we
there's
know.
going to be a lot.
That's really the whole reason to do this is to talk to the dirtbags. That we know.
Absolutely.
This is the first episode, and we don't really know how to use the technology yet. But once we figure out how to fucking Skype one of you motherfuckers in here,
Yeah, no. Sound effects too? I mean, what's
sound effects guy, you were telling me about him.
Yeah, we're going to have a sound
Oh, we
effects
could-
guy on, but
right.
imagine when we
Computer
can
sound
actually use a
effects.
keyboard with
Is
like
that something that
actual
you can
sound
do
effects.
on the computer?
I have no idea, dude. You're talking to a guy. I just designed him.
I'll
some
edit in
using
a sound
old
effect
software.
right here.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was a sound effect,
That was it.
if you could tell.
That was edited in.
So, yeah, well, we'll get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there. We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
So,
What's the next saying on your list? Are you at the end of the list?
I'm still perplexed by this one. I don't really understand
The
it.
kitten
but,
one I've never heard before. That's fake. Fake news.
One might also say someone is from away, indicating he isn't a native of
Never
Maine.
heard that.
He's from away.
Well, again, not
He's
gonna
not a
claim
native
not
of
going to
Maine.
claim to be a Mainer or no.
Who the hell are these people? Business Insider? What the hell do they know about New England, dude?
dude?
That masshole
I didn't know you
just
pulled
cut
up
me
Business
off.
Insider.
Well, of course he did. I mean, masshole is
Right.
more of a...
Yeah. The best is my dad who moved to Vermont and claims he's not a Massachusetts driver.
He's not an asshole because he's got the...
Lived here
Listen.
for a long time. No offense, Dad, but you're a Massachusetts driver.
Oh, absolutely. Once a masshole, always a masshole. You can't help it. Anytime I go anywhere else, especially in New England, and they're like, where are you from? And I just come straight out because it's like, there's nothing better.
Do you say Boston?
No, fuck that, dude. Because people are like, Austin? We're
Oh,
like,
good, nice.
no, I
Good
just
one.
say, I'm a masshole, and I just concede right away.
This guy's a New Yorker.
Well, I know, but you have to tell, I have the mass plates, so I
Mm.
can't get away with that.
Had the New York plates forever, though.
I did.
Yeah.
I rocked them as long as I could.
Yeah.
No excise tax in New York. We have every other tax.
There's
you
no
can think
excise tax anywhere,
There's
dude.
no
except
vehicle
for friggin'
excise tax except for
Massachusetts.
mass, dude.
It's the worst. I
got-
had like crappy cars forever, and then I got a nice newer car. Mistake.
Forget it.
The
That was my thing. I had that piece of crap car
Yeah.
with New York plates out here for like 10 years.
Just for the privilege to drive in
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Well, I had some insurance issues too. Some
Well.
I had a few driving infractions,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe 30, but anyway,
No big deal.
22 points. But anyway,
Whoa.
that's pretty hefty. But they, I kept those New York plates forever. And
Yeah.
then I got the mass plates when I bought a new truck.
Right.
I
And you
waited
just
like
started
3 months.
Yelling up.
Bought a
Fucking
new-
wicked awesome, dude. Check me
Yeah,
out.
I thought it would be cool. I get the commercial plates, be a fucking asshole.
How much you pay for the fucking commercial plates?
Oh my
dude?
god, dude,
It's
not
gonna
even.
be an arm and a leg.
So, well, I might be living out of that thing, the rate we're going at. But at least I can park in commercial zones,
Nice.
so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But I got those plates, and I was like, sweet, I got this. And it wasn't even brand new. It was a year old.
Yeah.
But it's a truck, and it cost me some money. I finally spent money on a vehicle.
Some walking around.
And
money.
then I get this bill in the mail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'd never had a vehicle excise tag.
What?
And Elisa was like, "Oh yeah, that's a vehicle excise." And she's like,
Yeah.
"Whoa!" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Why the hell did I get mass plates?"
Now.
Yeah, it was like almost $500. The
Wow.
first one. It was unbelievable. I'm like, dude, this is so friggin' dumb.
Goes down every year.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
It went down, but I mean, it wasn't the first 2 years. I mean, they crushed me with this friggin'
Hey, you got to pay a lot of money to be around some good fraps.
That's right. That's right. It's all about the frap culture, I guess. So, yeah, I wish I could say it was well worth it, but
I think it's worth it for the fraps.
Yeah, well, what the hell?
The commercial plates, worth it. I once parked in Manhattan for a full day with commercial plates. Whew. What a thrill.
So my first, this is no joke, my first trip to Boston with those commercial plates, I thought, oh man, I'm golden. I can park in all these job sites. I'm the man.
Yeah.
I can park down here.
Yeah.
So I park out in front of one of these restaurants that I do business with. And I did, I went in, I talked to them, I did a few things there. I came out like, I shit you not, 35 minutes later, and there's a ticket on the windshield.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm like, what?
Still got to remember to park in the right commercial zone.
I was in the commercial zone. In the daytime in Boston, you get 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
That's all you get.
That's Boston.
And so I come out and I'm like, what is this?
Manhattan, busiest city in the fucking world. I park 24 hours in a commercial zone. Like, dude, right in Union Square, like... In Boston, it's going to give you 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So the woman was still there, and she writes a ticket, and I go, what the hell is this? I'm like, it was $55. $55. She goes, oh, you're parking in a commercial zone? She goes, I flagged you here at 302.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
It's
302? I guess 337. She goes, yeah, it's 35 minutes. She goes, you only have a half an hour. I'm like, I have commercial plates. I spent all this money.
Yeah. She's like, you fucking noob.
You only get a half an hour. And she's like, your truck graphics are wrong. They're too small.
Oh, yeah. Phone number's not on it.
Yeah, she's like, I should give you a ticket for that, but I really like it. She goes, it's the nicest looking ones I've seen. I was like, oh, thanks.
Too nice.
Thanks. So
it's
then
supposed to be white.
Yeah, she's like, so they're not an inch high, whatever, So she gives me the ticket. I ask her all these questions about commercial zone. So I guess I got my $55 worth. I go over and I park.
Pro tip for those out there: if you're getting a ticket written live. Get some legal advice while
you're
there.
Yes, well,
whatever advice you want.
I asked her, I go, what about these guys with these dump trucks and stuff? She goes, yeah, they just pay the $55.
They pay off the city. Oh.
Yeah, that too. But she's like, $55 isn't bad to be able to park right out front of the business you're working at. She's like, so you just bill it to the job. Yeah. So I was like, whatever. Corrupt. So I go over to the next...
It's not a corrupt city at all.
No, not at all. Yeah. It's very clean. So I go over to the next site. And I thought I was fine. I did the whole thing. I get another ticket.
Yeah.
I shit you.
Another $55.
I spent $110 on
one
day that day.
Yeah.
One day.
You would have spent $60.
The next site, they were like, just bill us for it. It's fine.
That's nice of them.
But
ballers.
Yeah, I learned that day. I was like, this is how it works. But the garage is like $38.
Right.
The truck doesn't
you gotta walk.
fit.
Yeah.
And then I gotta walk.
The parking garage is like fucking 5'5" clearance. And
so then, basically from that day out, I was like, I'm going in at like 7 o'clock at night, to meet with clients or whatever. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Right when restaurants are busy.
Yeah. Well.
New restaurants.
I'll go in on the day off. I go in on Sundays. Okay. So, forget it. But yeah, I paid my Boston parking fees. So.
Yeah. Don't look into it.
They suck. So great city.
Great city. Don't look into the parking fees.
Love it.
On the Steez truck.
Don't try to park there. So.
Nope. Yep. I used to park in the outskirts and bike in whenever I could.
That's actually a smarter thing.
But if you're carrying in large wooden installations, probably not your best.
That's the funny thing though, is like when you're down there and you're at, you're working with a client there or whatever. They're like, "Oh, did you take the train in?" It's like, dude, how the hell would I have got all this? So. What am I going to carry?
Yeah, actually I did.
Yeah, I carried my toolbox and and I brought down this painting and this whole thing. I brought it in on the train.
It's fucked up. It's easier to drive into Manhattan and do business than...
You're better off Ubering into friggin' Boston.
Yeah.
Manhattan, I have no problem with driving.
Yeah, I know. It seems like, but it's fine.
Boston to this day, I have driven around Boston.
You get lost. Yeah, I mean, you drive down there 15 years in a row, know exactly where
I've driven down there hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times.
Yeah.
I use a GPS every time still. I still have no
Carriage
idea
roads.
where the hell I am.
Carriage roads. That's what they are.
I have no idea.
They're carriage roads.
It's the weirdest city. It's like...
That's weird. It's cool. It's weird.
Very weird.
Very weird.
You know? Yeah, shout out to Boston. What the hell?
Yeah.
You know, places finally... You know, condos are coming down to
Right,
like
everyone's moving out.
900,000 now, so it's great.
Shout out to everyone moving out of Boston
Yeah,
for
it's a
raising
very-
my property value.
It's very approachable now. It's just under $1 million for like a
Come check it
one-bedroom
out.
apartment.
Everything's closed, but yeah, it's all good.
Everything's closed. And beers are down to like $11
Yeah,
now.
no,
so
it's awesome.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Very approachable.
It's bad when you're traveling to Aspen and going, hey, drinks are cheap here.
Yeah, I know. I know everyone complains. My dad always complained. He's like, yeah, I went down there. He's like, you know, Jesus, the beer was expensive. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? It's like every place I go.
The sweatshirt I'm wearing, shout out Trillium. I bought a $22 4-pack there.
Yeah.
I think that was
You got a great
not
deal.
even the most expensive one.
Would you get
The sweatshirt was less than a 4-pack.
Did you get a
actually.
discount? Like, serious? Unbelievable. Well, I mean, that's the name of the game now. Thank you. I mean, I work with the breweries.
Yeah.
So we need people like you.
And you could sponsor this show.
Well, yeah, if we get some, we just need a beer. That's all we need.
Yeah.
We're not asking for
Sponsor
much.
this show and you could even get a cool label out of it. You know,
That's
that's
right.
Yep. We'll put together that package for
We're
you.
going to charge you for the label, though.
Right.
So, but the beer's
It's-
free. The beer's got to be free, I hope.
Right. You give us free beer and you pay us for advertising in a label.
Yes, yeah. Nice. What a deal. You're a deal, but you
That's
tell
a
you're in
pretty good
sales.
deal.
You're
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Free beer for us? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great deal. What are you looking forward to the next few months? If anything.
I look forward to getting this election over with.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, and I don't get into this New
I
Year's.
think, if we could fast forward to the next 3 months, we'll be fine.
I'm looking forward to, 2021, we'll
Right.
say. So we can just get out of this year and into the, whatever that means.
I'm looking forward to 2022.
Yeah, actually, yeah, what the hell. I don't know. I keep saying shit's going to change in the spring, and I don't
No.
feel like it's going to
Yeah.
happen.
It's gonna be a
So,
slow roll.
22 is probably going to be awesome. You know, somebody said
I
that
will
we-
say, dude, like, even though, like, shit was locked down this summer, I had a good summer. I mean, getting
Had
outside,
fun.
and shit
Yeah.
done, doing something a little bit different.
The risk level was way higher. I
Right,
felt like
it
I
was
was
extreme
living
as
again.
fuck, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Didn't get sick.
no, I can imagine. Can you imagine being single, though, during this?
Be weird.
You have-
Again,
You have,
very extreme.
You have two ways of tackling it.
Yeah.
You're basically fucking hiding out in your closet, or you're like, every
Fuck
day
it.
is just like, fuck it. Just
Yeah.
dive in head first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I just, as you mentioned, though, it's more extreme.
That's right. And it just
The
makes
risk factor is that much
the
higher.
dating, the Tinder is just way more fun.
The
risk-
like,
The risk
COVID-free
is so
filters
high.
in there.
There's so many things you can
I
catch.
don't even think Tinder is like the thing anymore.
I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
me neither. I saw
Grindr,
today a post.
Bumble?
Someone was like, "They're like, you should get out your Hinge account and make people vote." I'm like, whoa, shit is getting weird.
What the hell is the other one? It's not Tweet. It's
Tweet,
not Twitter. It's
no, definitely not Twitter.
no,
the
but
opposite of a dating site.
no.
Twitter's
What's-
where you go to like find out the real person that you're dating.
What the hell is the new one? The other one I can't.
I don't know. I've been out of it for quite some time.
I don't know.
It's an app. Look it up in the app.
It's an app. Yeah, I have no idea.
We're not gonna no free ads.
No, nothing. Just can we bleep that out too? We got a lot of like post production bleeping to do.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
No.
live on the edge.
Let's just leave it all. Yeah,
Leave
it's
it all.
2020, man. Who cares? We piss a few people off.
Yeah.
What the hell? Leave
Should we
it
do a
in.
couple of ad reads that could have been, and then take them out afterwards?
I don't know what they're gonna be. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I don't know
absolutely.
What's
Why not?
Doug's Weeds company called?
I have no idea.
So if you're looking for weed in
Doug.
Maine, call Doug.
Call Doug. Sketchy guy.
Yeah.
No, great guy.
Great guy.
Great guy.
But if he wants to sponsor the show, let us know, Doug.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll take anything.
Literally. We will take
Yeah, who
it.
else do we know doing illegal things that we could?
Is it even illegal these days?
No.
I don't know
Well,
a lot of people
no,
doing
he's not.
illegal
No.
stuff anymore.
No, but that's what I'm wondering. Is there anything
mean-
illegal anymore? Like,
Yes.
yeah, I mean a few things.
Right.
But once it becomes legal, it's just not that much fun.
Not as extreme anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
So,
apparently his wife from the COVID age. All right. Well, I think we got some good content in the can, as they would say in the industry.
Yeah, it's not bad for a gentrified little town down here. This is like some serious culture coming out of here.
So, all right.
These people won't know what hit them.
Yeah, they won't. They're like, what is that? I didn't know what was going down in that season.
I think we should rent like an underground radio. Like we'll get one of those.
Should we get an antenna?
Yeah.
And go like full on with it.
Yeah,
you
just
can listen to us
from
live.
here.
I mean, we'll get more listeners on the internet.
Absolutely.
But the 4 or 5 people in Salem that are listening.
We might get 50 people around here though. You could.
Might 50? I'm into it.
I'm into it too.
Super into it.
All right, we'll do it. Pirate radio. Yeah.
All right, so episode 1, we're hoping to sponsors. Please buy us a terrestrial antenna. Mm-hmm. We'll get it up on top of this building. That's worth a lot of money. I think the owner would probably be into that.
Yeah, he'd be totally cool with it.
Totally cool with it. So yeah, we're gonna have a guest next time. No idea who that guest is, but my goal is to figure out technology in the next week so that we can dial in one guest.
I like it.
Maybe 2.
It's a great goal.
Goals are what we're all about.
It's key.
All right.
Yeah.
Got any last words?
Park the car and Harvard Yard. That's a real typical one here.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my final words. That's as New England as it gets.
Okay. I can't finish it better than that.
I know. Sorry.
All right.
Stole it.
All right. Well,
see you next time.
Yeah. See you next time.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends.
Yeah. Find us on the podcast stuff.
Yeah, and 88.2?
We'll get you. I think FM is what we're going to get on?
Yeah, we're getting on FM, trust me.
That's big goals.
Yeah, I hope.
I think XM is pretty desperate.
XM would be great.
We'll do XM for free. Just let us know if you guys need some content. Yeah. We're hoping to do that one for free.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, see you next week.
Awesome. See you next week.